One of the most challenging things to master in art is drawing proper clothing folds. They seem so random, and yet it's obvious when your drawing of them isn't quite right. There are some rules to be followed, believe it or not, and if you learn the basic principles as well as do some practice on your own, you should be much better off. What I see frequently is artists not thinking to use a reference for this. I have a bunch of mirror selfies that I took in different outfits that I've used for practice, which would be great to show to explain different concepts, but no. If you want to draw, for example, someone in a loose t-shirt, find one yourself, and you'll be able to model and get a picture of the exact pose you want. In this case, you are often your best model, but for when you aren't using an exact model, it helps to know some basics. Most fabric folds are caused by the pulling of the fabric towards a point. The lines of the folds converge into this point. Sometimes there are multiple points pulling the fabric. Gravity has a pull as well, which is why this fabric is hanging down. Gravity often creates this U shape where fabric is loose, like on this shirt. So, with the exception of gravity, which we all know has a downward pull, you're probably wondering where these pulling points should be located. Often, sleeves will have a noticeable tension point where the folds of the sleeve are angled toward. Most often, when the arm is down, the point is located at the shoulder, and when the arm is raised, it's the armpit. And when a body is twisted, even just a little, this will create a pull as well. The folds running diagonally, roughly in the direction of one of the shoulders. And sometimes a pull is created not by a single point, but by an item such as a waistband. There are also some folds that don't really seem to have a distinct pull, but are created by fabric being bunched up. Rolled up sleeves is a great example of this. These folds are very random and packed together. One last thing you should be aware of is how different materials fold in different ways. Skin-tight clothing won't have many folds, but loose clothing generally will, and thick fabric doesn't usually fold as much as thin fabric. This was a very brief summary of a very complex topic, but I hope you learned something here. I may do more videos on drawing clothing in the future.